Kentucky is famous for many things, including horse racing, basketball, and bourbon.
An iconic figure of the Commonwealth's bourbon industry is Bill Samuels. He's the former president and CEO of Maker's Mark. Samuels recently visited one of Murray State's marketing classes to tell the students about his success in the bourbon business.
Bill Samuels has been called a maverick, a giant in the distillery business, a marketing genius, a visionary, and the best friend the Kentucky bourbon industry has ever had.
What I tried to share with them is my experience of, number one, listening to my father and how important that was to really clearly understand how he wanted his brand, his creation, Maker's was his, how he wanted taking it to market. And my creative process with an agency started after we clearly understood what he was trying to do, what his definition of winning would look like. And one of the ways to achieve that was through an ambassador program, which has really gained a lot of kudos around the world, really. And it was all just following his recipe of not trying to sell, try to connect, stay genuine, have fun, don't get too serious, and keep talking and listening when people talk back.
Samuel's unique marketing tactics are what made Dr. Glenn Mangold so happy to have him speak to his upper-level marketing class.
The question is, how do we get people to talk about our brand? And Mr. Samuels just made an excellent presentation on the Maker's Mark Brand Ambassador Program, which does exactly that. It gets people to talk about the Maker's Mark brand. And every semester for years now, I've talked to my students about Maker's Mark and the Brand Ambassadors Program and how they use that to work wonders from a marketing perspective. So today we were fortunate enough to have Mr. Samuels himself come here and tell us how it works from his perspective. It was a truly outstanding opportunity.
Well, the Ambassador Program is our way of connecting and talking with customers that want to talk to us. Okay, there's no bribes, there's no expectations. This is just, we want to be connected with as many of our friends as want to be connected with us.
Maker's Mark has been a family business for Samuels. The brand's creation started with his father, Bill Samuels Sr., and has recently been passed down to his son, Rob Samuels.
I think in any company, I don't care if it's a family or not, transitioning leadership is hard. And we work at that really hard. We, very early on, Dad and I hired an industrial psychologist to help us understand ourselves, understand each other, understand the needs of the business, and how our particular strengths and weaknesses applied in different areas differently, and so that we complemented each other rather than we're at loggerheads. It was absolutely invaluable. So we've used it to build the company, and then as the time came to transition to my son, who, by the way, is very good, it was a much easier transition because Rob and I have very similar personalities, where Dad and I were as opposite as night and day. That was hard, that took work, but it was a wonderful experience.
Bill Samuels was introduced to Murray State by his good friend and neighbor, Jim Ongst, an alumni of the university.
I kind of invited myself because I wanted to come see a ball game, and this happened to be, this was on my bucket list, coming to Murray. It's the only four-year academic institution that I had not seen. And I'd been involved in higher education, board level, and involved through the Chamber of Commerce, both at the state level and Louisville level. And I always liked to tour the campuses of our universities, and this is the one that I'd never managed to get to.